Welcome to another one of these very interesting series. This time around, we have potentially the best one still remaining for our last three. It's Team Secret against Flash. It's the unofficial VCS English broadcast with me, Yulwei, and of course, my constant co-caster every day. Welcome back. How are you feeling about this one?
Well, I'm very excited for this one because it can go one of two ways and there's no bad option. Honestly, there's no bad option here. They can troll around, play TFT comps, give us some fun, and hell yeah, I'm down for that. Let's have some fun. Why not? We don't have to be serious all the time. Or they can crack on and they can be serious. Okay, it's Team Flash versus Team Secret, man. I ain't saying no to that.
Yeah, and this might be a playoff preview. It doesn't really have that big standings implications, though. If Secret is able to win, they could actually go to third place. But even then, third place, fourth place, who cares? It's a gauntlet system, so you only get a side choice, and EVOS can overtake them tomorrow if they win against Cerberus again. So in the end, it doesn't really matter too much. Flash is secured to second place. Secret is secured in playoffs. So they are not playing for much, but for pride and maybe for a preview for a potential semi-final matchup.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's two schools of thought here, right? If you're Team Secret, you have to assume you're going to beat EVOS, right? Not assume in like, oh, we're so much better. You have to be thinking you're going to beat them because you want to win the league, right? And yes. The only way to win the league is to beat EVOS. So you go, okay, fine. EVOS not relevant right now. We're going to go against Flash. They're who we play in the semis. There is an argument to not play seriously, to not give anything away.
Just and the most interesting part about this is we actually there's actually history between for that to happen, right? Summer split, same situation. We have Flash secure players, Team Secret secure players. They had to play best of 3 in the last week. It didn't matter for anything, and Team Secret trolled. They played TFT comps. They actually won a game on the
smashed a game on Demons.
Yeah, they hard smashed them. Yeah. Venus on Brand support was popping off, getting all the kills. Super fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Flash didn't play along though. That's one thing worth noting. Flash definitely did not play along, which is maybe a bit different because you know, they've got Yoshino now, and if you join our Discord and stay for more than a couple of days, you'll learn that Yoshino is a troll.
He is.
So there's every possibility.
I'm not sure if he's allowed to troll on stage, though, or on online stage.
Maybe he's able to convince his teammates. I have hope. I have faith in my favorite player that can give us a very fun
And to be honest, it's time for the players to be allowed to troll, because their coach has been trolling for the whole season, right? So Surge could actually...
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we could end up with a absolutely crazy off-the-wall draft, and Surge was actually serious.
Yeah. We never know with Surge. He's our drafting specialist of the VCS. And we have the overlay back.
There we go. I assume, and we are back on 10.6, so evidently no issue with the tournament realm this time. These two teams were able to connect from home. I mean, we have no idea what went wrong in the first one, but good. We have the overlay. We have 10.6, and we have Callista and Blitzcrank being removed by Team Secret. Those are serious bans.
CBL has been popping off in the last few series, so they are scared of that Blitzcrank.
He hasn't been doing it on Blitzcrank though, because it's always banned.
Funnily enough,
I still think it's a wasted ban.
His pocket pick. I think so too. I agree.
Like, yeah, CBL, 100% respect on the name. The dude is really good, but banning the Blitzcrank's not going to stop him. You're better to ban out something for Yoshino or something for Yujin, in my opinion.
Also, look over at the left side of the screen, up to the up left top. Hani's in.
He's back. Hani, he's returned from the war. He's come back. He was obviously, look, it must be hard being a god and also coming down to have corporeal form. Probably just had something to do up on Mount Olympus.
Yeah, very likely.
But he's back, and we've missed him.
He's back. And can he bring us the Nico, the throwback to the summer season where he was the best top lane Nico? We've seen one top lane Nico, so I'm hyped for Hani to pick that one back up and add it to his champion pool.
The AD Nico still has
No, it was AP.
Yeah, Hani was really good on the attack speed Nico. It was a massive lane bully.
He also played a lot of AP Nico, though.
He did.
Yeah, So, yeah, he's just a good Nico player. I want to see Hani maybe back on that pick. He could also just go for a tank, as he does a few times. It's not a bad choice. He has to face Yoshino, one of the best top laners in the league. So what can Yoshino bring to the table? Will he go back to Fiora potentially on the last pick?
That would be very exciting. It goes back to the sword as Varus and Tahm Kench secured. Strong start. That's a strong bot lane. With the Aphelios and the Kalista being removed.
Personally, I'm always a little bit underwhelmed watching very good support players having to play Tahm Kench. Yeah. I want to see the playmaking. I want to watch a Kino action like in the last one.
It's very
CBL can definitely do that as well. So a little bit sad, but it's good for the comp.
It is very good pick for the comp. And MF, apparently some teams definitely still play her, even on 10.6. As that will be secured there for Celebrity. It's been a great champ for him. Not at all shocked. What do you think they should pick here? Do they secure their support to avoid support pinch? Or do we want to see a solo laner secured?
It's probably Nautilus, honestly. It's probably Nautilus here. Yep, there we go. A set combo now. It's very interesting how the MF bot lane has evolved, because at the start of the season, everyone was hyping MF Leona. Everyone was like, MF Leona is the way to go. If you pick MF, you always want to pick Leona as well. And nowadays, it's MF Nautilus. So it has evolved again. Nautilus is a little bit more consistent than Leona. Can do a little bit more in like 80% of stages in the game. So can kind of understand the shift towards Nautilus in favor of the big diver.
I think that makes a lot of sense. And Jace will round out the first half of the comps. What would you like to see Team Secret round this one out with? They've got both their solo laners. Do you want to see a carry in the top lane? Or do you think they need the damage in the top lane? Or will their mid lane pick be enough?
No. They could go Rumble and Tank for very solid mid-game spike. Very, very strong AoE focused team fighting. They could also just go something generic in the mid lane and either Tank or Bruiser on the top lane. Aatrox comes to mind. Something like, Maokai could be an option. An On could be an option.
Yep.
I think Secret can go a lot of ways here with the comp. I would love a Rumble, not only to pick away Rumble as a counter to MF, but also because you have the cage for
the hot pot.
J4, of course. So, yeah. There's a lot of potential for Team Secret's comp. I think so far they've drafted a little bit more solidly.
There's also a strong possibility. Think back to the last Team Secret series. That could be mid lane Nautilus.
Oh, yeah,
Artifact played it for 2 games, and he had one really good game. That's a flex.
Yeah, the one game where he got solo kill after solo kill in the mid lane. So, Maokai banned from Team Secret. That's surprising.
I like this. Yoshino's been playing a lot of Maokai, for one. He really likes that champion. And also, the one thing that this comp from Flash needs is still they need a frontline. They've got their damage. So they need a frontline.
They have a lot of
banning out the Sejuani and the Maokai, particularly the Maokai, I really like that. Okay.
Ooh, I'm not a big fan of this one. Oh, that's weird. That's super weird for this comp.
Okay.
They have a lot of single targets to see now. They have a lot of pick and poke. So
mid or jungle?
Probably jungle, honestly. If it goes mid, we need a very strong AP jungler for Yijin to round the comp out with.
Which he can play. Nidalee. He can play Nidalee.
Meow, indeed. Maybe AP Shyvana is still on the table as well. Oh.
That would be... I would actually... The Kiana doesn't make much sense, but AP Shyvana genuinely is a good pick here. Look at the poke.
Yeah.
Against a short-range comp? That's filthy if they pick AP Shyvana here. I actually think it's the right pick. Yijin's played it. He's really good at it. I would love the Shyvana.
I still kind of think this is the jungle Kiana, though.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yes! Woohoo! Here we go.
Okay, interesting. This is now
no magic damage.
A lane comp for Flash. Yeah, this is a pure lane comp for Flash. This is not about team fighting. Their team fighting is atrocious. This is not a great composition in 5v5 settings. This is just smash all the lanes. Win lane, win game. Top lane is a counter pick. Mid lane is a very strong champion, and bot lane is a super strong combination as well. Smash all the lanes, get early kills on Yijin, and then just dive. Do whatever you want, just stack all the damage on top of each other, and the enemy team can't do anything.
Yep.
So, very risky composition for Flash.
Really risky.
I think Team Secret has drafted a much more solid composition, but they need to be able to stand up to the laners on Team Flash.
Yeah,
that's a very interesting perspective for this game.
Yeah, really interesting as well to put Artifact on the Irelia in the mid. Rumble into Fiora, that's fine. Rumble's okay. Probably loses in CS, particularly because it's Hani. He'll probably lose 10, 15, maybe even 20 CS. As the faded out Fiora returns. Still don't understand why that splash art's different. Just for VCS. But I think Hani will be fine. He will still be able to impact fights. He can still layer an equalizer on top of a Cataclysm. And Artifact can take it to Kati on this Irelia. It's going to be really hard for Flash to smash the lanes. They do have the advantage. They are the better team. So they definitely can do it, but it's not going to be easy. And just to round out what I was kind of saying here is that sometimes when we have these all AD comps, we turn around and say, well, it seems bad, but there's no tanks on the other side. There is tanks. Nautilus can build armor and Jarvan can build armor. Jarvan can get to a point where he never ever dies.
So yeah, I'm really not in love with Flash's comp. I think it is they have drafted themselves once again in a little bit of a hole. They need to climb out of that hole. And yeah, that is absolutely the case once again for Flash.
Yeah.
But can we see any interesting rune choices here? Go ahead.
Maybe. You have a look at the runes, but something I want to point out is I think these are some of the most hype matchups the VCS has to offer in terms of roles. Now, you might be saying, well, how can it be the most hype? You don't have Gum. They've got the best players in so many roles. Well, yeah, that's true. But DNK versus Yijin is a ridiculously hype matchup for jungle.
It is.
That is so hype. So is Celebrity versus Slater. Now, they feel very different roles on the Varus and the MF. They're not doing the same thing. They're not building the same things. But it's still an ADC versus ADC. Both of those matchups are so exciting. I'm going to be glued to these jungle paths and how this goes. There's been a lot of conversation about DNK at the moment.
To add on to that, even mid lane is very exciting because, of course, it's Artifact, the new kid on the block. Oh, it's actually not. Okay. Actually we don't actually get the mid lane matchup, sadly.
This makes sense.
To finish the point.
This is a better matchup. Yeah. But go ahead.
Artifact was the new kid on the block last year where he dominated mid lane. Maybe was our best mid laner, I'd say. He was the best mid laner of the league. He has fallen off a little bit, trying to get back to his former self. And then the other side, Kati, the almost rookie, suddenly showing up and playing way better than everyone expected. Even winning some lanes, even winning some games for Flash.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, Artifact eats a terrible trade. They don't want this matchup. This Irelia doesn't want to go into the Fiora. Definitely wants to be just able to duke it out with the Jace. But there's the stun landing. Yoshino could be in some trouble, but he gets the vital speed boost. And Artifact can't keep challenging for the risk of the turn kill. The DNK shows himself, and nothing is lost for Flash.
Yeah, DNK zoned Yoshino off the minion wave, but it shouldn't impact the level curve too much. I think Yoshino still got to lane in time to catch all the minions there. Maybe lost one or two, so shouldn't be too bad for him. And he didn't have to blow his flash.
So easy.
He is now behind the levels, which is a little bit unfortunate for Yoshino, because of course he dominated the early push. Should still be able to get a few good trades in. But this is sport enough time for Artifact to get a very early reset in, and he does not even have to teleport back to lane. So actually helped him out a lot in the early trades.
Ooh, and the junglers meet. DNK has actually stolen away a blue buff. He's looking to secure a 3 buff. We didn't notice that as we were looking at the mid lane. But Yijin doesn't have a blue buff, and it's Team Secret's blue buff that's alive.
Oh, Yijin.
So this is a potential 3 buff. Yeah, Yijin. The Kiana mechanic's already looking a little bit dirty, but Yijin is obviously a fantastic player. Yeah, he did.
Okay, both the junglers trolling a little bit.
It's fine. It's a scuttle crab given away by DNK to secure his blue buff. I think that's pretty good. Slow Yijin down a little bit on this Kiana. Just try and pump the brakes on that as much as you can before he can get to level 6 and get those big supreme display of talents.
Yeah, and the junglers, early trades for the junglers shouldn't be too bad. Yijin gets both scuttle crabs. That's pretty nice for him. He can go up to level 4. Kiana usually wants to gank with a level 6. He can go for a flash EQ gank early on as well. There's no specific level timing you need to follow on Kiana. Once level 2 hits, you can go for the flash EQ. We want all your spells though, so I think now is the time for it to maybe get a gank in mid lane, or maybe just power farm to level 6.
Yeah, potentially. I want to see what Yoshino does on this Fiora. What build he goes for. There were so many melee item changes that there's so many options. D&K, he smited early for the health, and he has to find a way out
teleport.
Here. Gets the poke. It's a 2v2, but the teleport coming in. Hani has arrived, but Yoshino will be able to get back to the tower easily, so it was actually just the top lane teleport used pretty much for
nice
nothing.
restraint shown by Flash.
That said,
to not instantly commit to another teleport, so now teleport advantage over to them.
Yeah, I think that teleport would have gone top lane anyway, so I don't think it matters a huge.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he's just catching waves there.
Artifact got really unlucky there. The Vital appeared on the perfect side for Yoshino, so he was able to slap it.
This could be a risky dive.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go for it. Yijin's backing off.
Yeah, okay. Yijin does not want to go for it. He could have. I think they could have made it work. Okay, Artifact still has a slash, so it's actually quite hard to do. Fair enough.
I think that works. I think that's fine. I also don't necessarily think you have to go for the dive there. I think it's fine. No need to risk it. You can blow your entire team comp up in your face.
So many fun little CS mechanics to see there. CBL wanted to do something for his ADC there and hit the ranged creep, but of course he has the passive damage, so he just straight up took the creep.
Yep, just stole it.
Later, spammed those question mark pings, I'm sure.
It happens. Oh well.
And you call yourself support.
So, I mean, one thing to comment on, this is completely irrelevant, but there's nothing else happening. Yoshino using the overpowered Fiora skin, just saying. Look how obvious the vitals are. They stand out so much.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's a shame because pool party's a better skin. There's the riposte on the flawless duet. That was so well done. Artifact is in a lot of trouble. The flash is already used. DNK's arrived. The flawless... Whoa.
Skill shots flying left, right, and center. Nothing is hitting anyone. But in the end, it's a flash for flash trade. Yoshino coming out a little bit ahead, but actually Artifact has gone back to almost full HP here, so should be able to stay in lane. He's playing a very dangerous game against Yoshino. Another engagement. He missed this time.
Yeah, but it's not a very good area to fight in, and here's that TP advantage coming in clutch, but they're just going to turn around straight onto him. Cardi's so low. Can Artifact find him on the backside before anyone else goes down? There's the first blood. Artifact has arrived. He doesn't have the Vanguard's edge. This is tragic. If only he kept it. Can he get over to Yijin? There's an extra minion there that he can execute on, but the stealth from Kiana, 200 years of game design, do get flashed there to make sure there's no trade kill, and 3 members of Secret. No, 4... Three. No, it was 4 because that was first blood. Tragic.
That was a big advantage for Flash.
I spilled the beans.
Wow.
It was 4.
Perfect teleport for Kati. They knew they had the teleport advantage, of course, because Hani teleported to mid lane, and I praised them for showing restraint and not taking the teleport counter. And that's why you do that. You just look for the next play where the enemy team can't follow up. This time around, just an easy 5v3 or 5v4. Yeah, 5v4, of course, 4 members died. So, makes sense.
Yeah,
and nicely, a lot of very, very nice mechanics we have to watch back in the fight. This is much higher quality. Yep.
So, such a shame that he wasted his ult early. I mean, of course, hindsight is 2020.
Absolutely.
But it's such a shame.
Yeah, focus your eyes on the bot laners for Flash when we see the replay, because CBL had a clutch devour on Yijin. Yijin stayed alive, even though everything was thrown at him.
Yeah.
And Cardi, when he teleported in, of course, might have devoured Cardi, actually. Yeah, we have to see in the replay, but one of the two dropped super low, and then CBL saved them, and they stayed alive and were able to turn around the fight. 2 kills over to CBL. He will be a very, very tanky toad, so...
Yep.
Wow, Flash.
So, I just want to square us back, get us in the bigger picture. Let's paint some pretty art. We did say that this comp for Flash has to win early. It is a lane kingdom comp. Because it doesn't make sense in a team fight. It is a horrible 5v5 comp. Yeah. So, how far behind can Team Secret be when the mid game starts hitting? What items will break what? So we'll start on Flash's side. Well, if we have time. I want to talk about both teams, but we'll start on Flash's side. What are the items to get? Is it just a 1 item power spike where they want to start 5v5ing? Well, not 5v5ing so much as roaming as 5.
Yeah. Roaming and trying to get small advantages here and there. Your one-item power spike is very strong. I think Fiora wants to move into side lane as quickly as possible, of course. She wants to get at least 2 more kills to have a big item advantage. I think once she has Sheen and her Hydra finished, she will just permanently push in side lane.
Yep.
If one item for Kati is super strong, one item for Kiana is already completed. She now wants to work on some serrated Dirks to get even more, a little more power at her punch. And of course, Slater wants one item as well, and boots, and then they are ready to fight. They will just want to skirmish. Try to spread the enemy team thin, of course, and then try to go for as many 2v2, 3v3 fights as they can fight. Never opt into 5v5s, though. On one item power spike, they can actually try the 5v5.
Yeah, I think on one item power spike.
Later on, it's not a good.
The scary part is that even on the one item power spike, the Rumble always does a lot of damage if he hits the big equalizer. It doesn't really matter. Yep. And here is the bot lane having been moved up to the mid lane. They want to go and rotate over for the Rift Herald. This is a bit dangerous here for Team Secret. DNK was positioned so far forward. Just give this one up, Secret. You do not need to fight for this. It looks like they want to anyway.
They were forced to give it up.
This is a very Team Secret move as they go in. The Rift Herald's already gone. Supreme Display of Talent will go on to Hardy, but that is an absolutely massive bullet box. And this is going huge for Team Secret.
Whoa.
I am an idiot. You should fight for that because you are cutting them down. Triple kill for Artifact, and it's an ace. Team Secret take the lead.
It's a 5-4-0 trade. They just murdered everyone on Flash's side. We had a 4-4-0 start for Flash, and now they go to the other side of the map. And of course, it's a 5-4-0 now for Team Secret. What an absolutely incredible game fight that was. Perfect positioning from Hani and from DNK to start to lock everyone together in the hot pot, as you called it. So everyone burned down. The amplified damage from the madness definitely took effect from Hani there. And wow, yeah, Artifact just lasted. It came in with the Vanguard's Edge, it dealt a lot of damage as well. Celebrity with the perfect bullet time, and suddenly it's 5-4.
And
suddenly
what a time! What a time to have Team Secret in our chat when that happens. What is that turnaround? How have they won that fight? It was so well played. It looked terrible. DNK looked caught. It looked like he did not know, but it turns out he did know.
He didn't know. He knew more than the enemy team, so much more. Flash felt safe there. They were so far ahead in terms of goal. They had perfect positioning on the result, and suddenly everything just turned around. The perfect engage from DNK and great follow-up from Hani as well. Just very good coordination, and suddenly Team Flash, looking at a big goal disadvantage, they need to be ahead in this composition.
Yep.
So now it's looking better and better from Team Secret.
Absolutely. And it was a debate. Something we were talking about in the break was, well, how do we predict here? And I said very firmly, I believe in the Flash Game 1 curse. And right now, considering their comp, like the curse is standing strong. It's only 800 gold. This game is not over by any goddamn means.
Will be more now, though. With the plating and the first turret falling down, we will go up to more than 1k gold, 1.5.
1.5-ish k gold. But it's definitely still not over. Artifact is engaged at a bad time here. Gijin's arrived. The grand challenge is used, but Artifact zip, zap, zoops, and he's gone.
There we go. Nicely done from Artifact.
Oh, but there's a re-engage. They waited for the Kiana to leave. Oh, I thought that might have been something, but no, Artifact couldn't quite get close enough.
The Artifact was too far away. It did look a little bit dicey there for Yoshino, but he still has this flash available as well. So they didn't want to overcommit. Diving Fiora is not a very good idea either. So yeah, it was smartly backed off again for Team Secret there. And Yoshino will be able to catch another wave. This is just a little bit of farm fest in the mid lane. But look at Artifact. 3, 1, and 2, 400 gold shutdown. He's working towards his Trinity Force. And he's actually dominating mid lane now.
He absolutely is an artifact. He's a treasured gem that they've found and looked after and cared for. And it's paying dividends. He's got his Triforce. That is the huge one-item power spike. It's interesting because we talk about one-item power spikes. Triforce, kind of 1.5. really expensive, and it's a big one.
It's
D&K very far forward. Yoshino has TP'd in. They want Hani, but they
they
found
spotted him.
D&K. There's another teleport. Now Flash is panicking because they know that the boys are coming. Great equalizer by Hani into the great hook by Venus.
Doing it, Venus.
Yoshino gets over the wall. Can they get this one done? Yijin is locked up in the rage cage. There is a big chance of corruption. D&K in a lot of trouble. He'll go down first. Can they find anything back, or is it just going to be a 1-0 and surrender the dragon? They've hooked the catfish. I don't think you want to hook that up, but that is a huge, huge Vanguard's edge into the bullet time. So much damage being dealt. Can Hani burn Carty down? Flashes over the wall there. Woo, it's a 1-0.
Yijin from behind. Yijin from behind.
Slater just got caught. That's really big, but the shock blast from Carty did a lot of damage. Can they get Yoshino down? Artifact will go, but the health bars from Flash are so low. Hardy has the flamethrowers, and he's taking them down. What a game!
It's chaos. It's chaos. But Team Secret has the better 5v5 comp, and in the end they come out ahead, get the dragon as well, so stop the dragon snowball potential here. And this game is looking like Team Secret should be able to win this. They are now almost 2k gold ahead. They got the dragon. They have more kills on Hani. They've got kills on Celebrity as well. Artifact did fall, but yeah, it's only 1 kill over to the enemy team. In the end, it was a 2-for-2 trade, 2-for-3 trade, something like that. So still close in terms of fighting, but Team Secret will outscale heavily. And now with all the items, with all the acceleration, all the extra gold, this should be hit sooner than later.
This is the game we wanted. Right?
Yeah.
We said there was 2 ways this could go. We could have a bit of a funny TFT comp, bit of troll, and we didn't get that. But we got Flash versus Team Secret. And I prefer this, honestly. I like a good bit of troll, but bloody hell, I prefer good League of Legends. So far, Team Secret playing out of their minds. And Flash isn't playing badly either. This isn't a stomp. This is just a good game.
Very back and forth, very explosive, and very hard to judge who's coming, who will win the team fights, which makes it very hard to play for the teams. Because of course, usually if you're looking at a 4-0 kill lead and something like a 2k gold lead, which you can estimate in your head, you're like, okay, if it goes back a bit, okay, maybe we lose two people, but we'll still be able to bail out and try again. Mm-hmm. Not this time around. Flash just died 0-for-5 in that team fight around the Rift Hall #1. Yep. So it's very hard for either team to predict how team fights will happen, because there's so much explosive AoE damage, so much burst, so much poke as well.
Where did this killer instinct come from Team Secret? Team Secret's always been a fairly aggressive team, don't get me wrong, but they are not giving an inch. They might give up 1, but good stopwatch there. Dodges the ult, drops the equalizer just to make... He got the CS though, that's why he dropped the equalizer. It's okay.
Yep. And
even gods can bleed. But look what the Spring trade
delayed the push as well. So Yoshino might not be able to get the turret, really. Oh.
What's going on?
Who knows?
Apparently, we've gone back to the Vietnamese casters, so we'll flick to our cameras.
Very
guys.
different pictures.
Yeah, I like that. If we didn't have our cameras running, we should have pictures like that. They look like they're having fun. We don't know what's happened here, guys. Could you... I can't look at my Discord right now. Can you try and find out by you know how? Someone crashed, maybe? Maybe someone's computer crashed? Oh, are we back in game? We're back in game. Never mind.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There we go.
We are straight back in game. And
just a small little pause. And Yoshino
is in trouble. Good riposte on the hook. The dredge lines come in, and now this is actually really scary.
The triple knockup.
Bullet time! Oh, dear God! It is absolutely bullet time, as he did so much damage. CBL will be the 3rd member of Flash to fall. And Celebrity... You know, man, I've said a lot of shit about Celebrity. Not this split, though. And not this game.
Especially not on these types of champions, where he does not rely on super good auto spacing. It's not Lucian. It's much more about positioning. It's much more about ability usage, and he's very good about at that part of the game. He's showing time and time again that he's one of the best casting ADC players. Very good on the MF, very good on Aphelios as well. Senna was one of his stables. So, yeah, a Celebrity stepping up finally to his MVP status that he has secured on the official broadcast already.
Yeah, absolutely. It's now a 4k gold lead for Team Secret on a comp we said could be behind 3k. So
yeah, they are very far ahead in this
what
game.
can Flash
very,
do now?
very
The one thing Flash does have is a very strong split pushers.
They do. The problem is right now Yoshino might be able to fight against Hani. I don't think Kati can. Oh, Kati gets caught, and speaking of Kati, here he goes.
He's in a lot of trouble, but he's very, very speedy when he wants to be. So he fumes away.
That face rush paid dividends there. He was so fast.
He was a
so Artifact could only look after him there. So yeah, going back to the discussion of Flash. Flash, of course, still has a lot of damage, right? If you use all your abilities perfectly, as we have Hani has no idea what's waiting for him here.
Oh yeah. Well, he has been found. He will go golden. Buy more time, but again, look, Jesus died for our sins, and therefore Hani will as well. But now it's the teleport. They want to take this fight anyway. A little bit risky. They have to blow someone up to make it even numbers. Artifact a little bit overzealous here, as now the rest of Flash has arrived. But look at the damage onto Yoshino, and bang!
Oh, the crit!
The bullet crit off the planet, and it's a 1-for-1 overall. But Team Secret has not stopped. They do not stop. The killer instinct. It's ridiculous. Where has it
10
come
seconds,
from?
Hani. He has TP.
I think they will just back off to go to the dragon fight, set up positioning.
And in the end, this is the correct play for Flash. Even though it does not work out in the end, this is what they have to do. They have to look for picks. They can't challenge the 5v5. So it's definitely the right call to just go, okay, we'll just kill Hani, free kill for us. But Team Secret is quick on the rotation and can just pay back. They get another free dragon and get another kill as well. So in the end, it's still positive for Team Secret. Hani has to suffer for his team a little bit, but his team is definitely making him type that worth an all shit.
Absolutely. This is definitely one of those games where if Team Secret wins, Hani just puts in chat, better top wins. That said, he is actually having more of an impact than Cardi at the moment.
He's not even wrong about that statement.
It's not even troll. This is... Look, man. We sort of had a bit of a downturn in our expectations from Team Secret because they had that horrible loss streak. But I said this in our break to you. Obviously not on stream, but I said, I think Team Secret's pretty good. Look what they did to VGA. And you said, oh, it's VGA. Now it's Flash.
Yeah.
When are we taking them seriously again? When are we saying they can make finals?
We need to see them win this series.
Yeah,
and even then, it's true. There's a huge caveat still, right? Because this series does not mean anything. You could argue Flash wanted to play comfort champs like Yoshino's Fiora. He has not found too much success with her so far, so you could actually go to a better champ probably for Yoshino. You also played mid lane this game, so there's always a little bit of an asterisk about this performance, but it does look good so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And this will be another rumble as Yujin's coming in on the flank. He finds Celebrity, but the good Flash. And he's just going to get soloed out while the front line of Team Secret buys all the time in the world. Celebrity's just waiting for the stealth to end. There it is. He's going to come forward. There is the hot pot. Hani roasts them. Flash just didn't have a chance there.
No. Last-ditch effort, really. He didn't try to go for the miracle flank on the enemy ADC. Very good awareness for Celebrity. Had the quick fingers to flash away.
Vanguard's Edge and Bullet Time are still available. There's the Vanguard's Edge, as I'm saying it. So there is Artifact diving forward. There is the Bullet Time. God damn, do I feel smart right now, as that's another 2 kills. Hani gets one as well. We love to see Hani getting those kills. As the base is broken, the inhib will fall, and Flash is wondering, was the Rift Herald worth it?
Yeah, the biggest regret ever to fight for the Rift Herald and to lose 0-5 in the fight. Clean ace from ahead.
To be fair, they should have fought for it. If you look at the game state, them fighting for it was not a mistake. It was crazy that Secret went in.
Yeah. Big highlight of the game. And really what broke the game open and gave Secret enough gold to scale into like 15 minutes. They were actually ahead by the 2k gold at 50 minutes. The game is pretty much over if you had 50 minutes with Team Secret's comp. And we've seen this. Flash just can't fight. It's impossible for their composition to fight here. Great performances all around for Team Secret. Look at the score line. 7-1-7, 2-2-11, 5-2-6.
This is a team effort. This is not just a carry. This is all of Team Secret.
Yeah, it's 17-8 in kills against Flash, against the second best team of the league. Well, they
insane.
secured second place.
This is nutty. Nutty.
But there's still some doubt in my mind. Team Secret won a game against GAM. GAM kind of trolled the game. They still played a nice game, though. I want to see Secret be consistent and go 2-0.
I completely agree. They do need to actually close the series out before we make any sweeping generalizations. But I know quite a lot of people were saying, hey, this should be a Flash 2-0. And Baron down to 4,000 health. We'll come back to that discussion as does Team Secret want to commit to this? Artifact flanks around the back. He wants to be able to zone Yijin off. They're slowing the damage down, buying as much time as they can. Yoshino will get a tower. They're trying to get Hani to this fight. He doesn't have teleport. He needs to run. There's the dredge line. They're just going to go in. CBL gobbles up Slater. And on the other side, it's Artifact taking on Yijin. Everyone, but Yoshino's dived in. He's got on top of Celebrity. And he finishes Celebrity.
Celebrity?
That's huge. The heal field comes out. Hani with the excellent red carpet to cut the fights off. DNK and Artifact on the backside. The Vanguard's Edge in the pot.
The Vanguard's Edge.
This is turning again, and once more, Team Secret will come out on top. How the hell do we pick an MVP?
It's a very hard call to make. This is a very impressive team effort, and honestly, this last fight was just being far ahead, slapping them with their composition, honestly, and a little bit of their wallets as well. So, in the end, it's a very quick game. It's only 25 minutes, and Team Secret looking very impressive in terms of team fighting, in terms of positioning.
They actually can't finish,
draft as well.
I
guess we'll see 2 more minutes.
I was getting very ready to switch over to our analyst section, but Nexus still stands. Fair enough. Don't want to take any risks. Don't let Flash back in the game. Keep that door shut.
Only stands there for good measure, though. It's a 6k gold lead on this composition, which is more like a 20k gold lead, really, on even footing. So there's no way they lose the team fight here. Flash had almost the perfect drop on Celebrity. He went down, and they still hard lost the team fight. So yeah, there's not much to say here. We have double Mountain Drake as well against the full AD composition with a little bit of armor here and there. The armor will get propped up as well. So, oh man, this is just a victory lap now for Team Secret, and that's nice to watch sometimes as well.
Joey's in the Macca's car park. I know you don't know what most of those words mean. Australians in the chat will. It's another Baron. Didn't actually go down last time. They called it off to go push the base, which, of course. And can they get anything? They do find
another Artifact.
Artifact's in a lot of trouble, but he gets the Vanguard's Edge out, which allows the rest of Team Secret to pile in. They're trying to get back onto Slater. Yoshino has to do everything, but the point-and-click CC is so strong. Very big Supreme player talent. Is it going to be enough? Does Team Secret still have the damage dealers alive? Hani is here. Can Hani do enough? He dodges the shock blast, but I don't think it'll be there. 4 members of Team Secret go down. Flash did win the fight. We should never, ever say, no way for this team to win a fight. We just can't say it anymore. Venus should get away, though. So, and they can't take Baron.
In the end, a 4-for-3. Yeah, they don't have enough members standing. The Nexus. The Nexus is in big troubles.
Okay.
Oh, man.
They're going to focus.
Yeah, the minions are spawning, so... Honestly, Team Secret could just march down top lane and focus the Nexus now.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Just walk in.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Just walk in, everyone stand on top of Celebrity while he shoots it.
Yeah,
but even the best teams in the world struggle to auto-attack a Nexus.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
So much mileage.
Well. Zix and his W.
Yep, G2. Anyway. We don't necessarily have to
really run back to the Baron here.
Why not?
Baron has been a problem for them.
The only thing they need to change is not let Yoshino run free in the backline. Like, Artifact got caught that last time. Okay, fine. He made a little mistake. They're going to start it again.
There's so many walls, though, at the pit, so it's quite easy for Yijin to hit a big Supreme Display of Talent, which will be up now.
That didn't happen in the last fight, though. It wasn't the Baron wall.
But it's still a possibility.
Yeah, of
it's still a possibility, though.
But they're just going to charge down... Yulwei, did you say something about charging down top lane? As Yijin is caught, he will flash. I don't think they'll be able to find him. They just want to push this in, try and get the in here. They're just going to force a fight in the base.
Yeah, just brute force.
You don't need to force the fight at the Baron where Kiana is strong. Just do it here where she's weak. There's a big shock blast, but it doesn't get anything done. That's the inhib down. Team Secret.
Look at the Nexus.
They're gonna
just
chill.
focus the Nexus.
They don't want to take the risk. I respect this. You don't need to take the gamble.
What risk, though?
The risk is that something happens and you lose. To be fair, I thought they were going to collapse on Yijin. I liked collapsing on Yijin, then going to the Nexus. Fully backing off, I do kind of question.
So Team Secret seems to be very set in the ways that they want to go for Baron before finishing, but they could just try to go for the Nexus.
Storming forward, Yoshino will use that riposte, uses the Grand Challenge as well. Artifact diving forward,
there's the hook.
He has no more CC immunity, and CBL actually dragged Jarvan through the air.
Slater do anything here?
Artifact doing as much as he can. Slater is unchallenged. He's only on half.
Artifact got the goal.
Yeah, he did. And now they're charging forward. Just hit the Nexus, boys. Right click on the Nexus. It's all you have to do. It's not going to matter, though. They're winning the fight regardless.
Yeah, the game is over. The game is over.
Hitting the Nexus. Okay, come on, guys. You've had your victory lap. Let's hit the Nexus. Artifact is dead. Artifact is mad because now his stats look worse. And that'll be Team Secret. Ooh, guys, be careful. There are people alive. But Team Secret takes game 1 over Flash.
Cracker of the game, great. Honestly. Yeah. And Flash tried their best with a composition that has last team fight. So yeah, a great performance actually for both teams. I still think Flash needs to improve their drafting. This was once again a little bit of a very narrow win condition draft, which I don't like too much. They were almost able to make it work after the 4-0 start in the bot lane, but then the Rift Herald fight happened. So who is going to be our MVP?
Now, that's what I was going to ask you, Yulwei, because
I know.
I think I have a pick in mind, but I think if I say it, someone from our Discord might fly to Australia and kill me while I sleep, because it's not Harney. Harney made a good case for himself, but I don't think he got there yet. Maybe game 2.
I agree. You could make a case for almost anyone on the team.
Genuinely could. They all had massive plays. Artifact was incredible. I think he got caught that one time, and I think literally that one mistake is enough to that you can't quite get MVP. Even though it wasn't even that big a mistake, it's just the rest of the team played so goddamn well.
Celebrity? Who's the player you want to go for?
I mean, I was thinking celebrity.
Yeah, I think so too. I want to give it to DNK, honestly, for the first few fights, but I think in the last like 15 minutes he didn't really do much. Not because he was bad or something. Yeah, I think Celebrity had so much damage. He stayed safe in almost every fight. He died once on the Baron fight, but
that was fine. That wasn't his fault.
Yeah, I think it's Celebrity, but honestly, it's so hard to choose. They all played a great game, and Hani is a good.
We're gonna have to leave the Discord for a little bit
because they all want Hani.
They all want Hani. I think DNK was a strong contender. I mean, again, I think all 5 of them were strong contenders. That was such a good team performance.
Played a great Nautilus game. We are blessed with very good support performances today.
Yeah.
Great Nautiluses.
Yeah.
One after the other.
I need to give my voice a rest after that one. We need to find out if Team Secret will close this one out and take a 2-0 over Flash. Or will Flash fight back and give us a 6-game day, which we haven't had for ages. So,
6 games.
Let's go. Find out soon, guys. Don't hate us too much. We know we love Hani too.
Welcome back, everyone, to maybe the last game of the day. Who knows? I hope it's not, because this has been a crack of a series once again. MVP goes to Celebrity on the mainstream as well. So we are definitely vindicated here. Celebrity was the MVP. So Hani has another shot now. The second game could be Hani's.
Yeah, he does. Look, I get it, guys. You're angry. But we've got to make it more. If we just give it to him every game, it's not special.
Yep.
Come on.
He has to earn it.
Exactly.
And he played a very good game. So
he played a cracker game. Could definitely get in game 2. If he plays like that again. Hell yeah. But moving on from last game. Hell yeah. Moving on from last game. Flash picked a Lane Kingdom comp. And to borrow words from another league, it was Sinners. And they got purified at Rift Herald. How do they return to the good book of the Lord? What would you like to see them pick?
Well, first I'll pick one AP gem at least, maybe. That would be an improvement.
Yeah.
And maybe go away from Fiora. Even though we all love Yoshino Fiora, so far it has not yielded any good results. So maybe give him
Hani
a
drawing
little bit
first
more
ban.
standard. There we go. Hani living in the hearts of Team Flash. They are terrified facing Hani's Rumble, so they have to bend away. Blue side now for Team Flash. Usually they are a better red side team, but yeah, they have a solid win rate on blue side as well. Game 1 is in the books, so now Team Flash is actually the real Team Flash. Team Flash is here. Team Flash can play now. Will we see typical Game 2 Team Flash? That's the big question here.
It's a big question. It's interesting because I don't necessarily think Team Flash played badly in Game 1. The comp was questionable, but we say that a hell of a lot about Team Flash. Surge is...
Indeed.
But they didn't play badly. In fact, they played pretty damn well. Team Secret just played better.
Yeah, Team Secret looked a little bit more coordinated. Of course, their team comp also was easier to make look coordinated, right? They drafted the 5v5 comp against the comp that did not rely on 5v5, so it's easier to shine on those champs, but they definitely did. And yeah, ever after that one Rift fight, it looked quite clean and quite controlled.
Yeah, there was that one
so
Baron
can they
fight
replicate
that
this?
went badly, but other than that, yeah.
And even that fight didn't really do anything. It just stopped them for like a minute or so, but they didn't give up any big objectives.
The game was over at that point, but now this is a mistake, I feel. You ban the Renekton and give Aphelios over. Slater is good on this champion. That's scary. You can pick the Kalista.
Yes.
But we talk about celebrity. I don't think I want him on Kalista.
Nope. Senna is open as well, though. So
That's
we could see the Senna. That's a very good celebrity champion. A very, very good celebrity champion. Especially the more Artifact gets back to his form. Because, we actually get the Varus. Okay, fair enough. Quite surprised. Senna could have been a good choice here.
Yeah, maybe they just don't rate it on 10.6. It obviously did cop some nerfs, so...
Would like to see the Thresh pick away here.
Yeah,
Varus, Thresh, a very strong bot lane.
It feels weird not picking the Tahm Kench, but picking away, that's mid lane.
Interesting.
I'm making the call, that's mid lane.
Potentially. Venus had a very good game on the first one. Venus played an outstanding Nautilus, and...
It just doesn't make sense to not pick Tahm Kench, who's the premier Varus support, or pick away Thresh, who's so good with the Aphelios.
Yeah, it's quite surprising, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really make sense to pick the mid lane Nautilus now. Okay, Aphelios Taric.
Interesting.
Now that's some nutty stuff.
That's a very weak laning phase. That's very strong late game scaling, potentially the strongest late game scaling combination in the bot lane you can go for. And Taric synergizes very well with Olaf as well. So this makes a lot of sense. Yijin is a very good Olaf player as well. So
this is a good
I like this
Flash.
spin. But Flash somehow has to survive bot lane. Bot lane is not easy now.
No. I'd like to see a fairly aggressive jungler for DNK to go down there.
Well, so
on for Hani. That makes sense. Yep.
Makes a lot of sense, yeah. We have jungle pinch, potentially, for Team Flash. They've picked the jungler and can just ban away two of the aggressive junglers we were talking about. DNK has a massive champion pool, though, so it's almost impossible to ban him out.
Yep, Yoshino will not get access to the Maokai once again. He has told us how much he wants to spam the Maokai. Didn't do it. So he hasn't had the opportunity this series. And I think that makes sense. At the moment, just keep the beef away from Flash, because you want to be able to kill Slater. You don't want to get to a situation where Slater can't die.
Yeah.
That's bad.
The On actually in this composition will be very interesting to track in terms of scaling, because usually you see On and say, okay, this team's outscaling. But against Olaf, Taric, and Aphelios as well, if they pick very good disengage, then they can potentially outscale the On with just team fighting prowess and team fighting abilities as well. So we'll have to see what adaptation comes in for Team Flash in round 2. Something like an Orianna could stall for a long time. For Kati, will they go full on early game aggression top side, or will they fall back to a more late game scaling draft?
Okay. Kindred snap picked.
That's exciting. Kindred can be good Olaf counter. Early game is a little bit annoying to play because Olaf can just run you down if he hits his first axe. But if he misses his first axe, you win the 1v1. So it's a very spicy, very volatile matchup, and I love Kindred. So we'll get to see a very fun jungler to watch.
Hell yeah. So this is already the double ADC Irelia picked up now. Probably for Yoshino. It's a champion he's very good on.
Also very good with Terragold. Can dive freely into the backline and not worry about any kind of damage coming in.
Very true.
So,
what the last pick to round it out is. Presumably, it's a mid laner. I wouldn't mind something like an Orianna, something a little bit control-y, also supports the dive.
Oh, interesting.
Or a Karma, which this is a... there are eggs being put in baskets here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no, they've switched to the Nico. Okay.
It's a similar champion, but a little bit more able to carry herself. I think that's a good choice. A little bit more damage, a little bit more CC than Karma. Especially the CC part is important. I think they have enough damage already, so makes a lot of sense to go a little bit more heavy on the CC part. They also have a little bit of catch now with Tangle Barbs, with the Glacial Augment. So yeah, I like this choice a little bit more than the Karma. But very interesting team composition on both sides. I think Flash has improved their drafting by
leaps and bounds.
Unbelievable amounts, like 300, 400% at least. It's way better. They have AP damage, they have good scaling, they have interesting synergies in team fights. They should be able to 5v5 as well. So yeah, this is much more of the equal draft.
This is a funnel. Oh no, the switch came in at the last second. Oh Jesus Christ. I was so scared. I was like, that's Tarek mid. Oh no. Oh.
No, funnel got nerfed so many times.
Yeah, I was going to say, Flash, you are throwing if you pick funnel. Thank goodness. I was going to say, that doesn't make any sense, but there we go. Two good team comps, honestly. I don't think either team has won in draft. This is going to be decided on the Rift.
Cast your mind back to what you said as a storyline, or laid out as a storyline in the first game. DNK against Yijin, the Jungle Kings clashing.
Hell
and
yeah.
look at those champions. Olaf, Kindred, both have a lot of agency, both can carry games.
Also,
I think we want to focus in on Olaf against Kindred and Yijin against DNK.
It's even a good lore matchup. Because we've got a bit of time. I'm going to explain this. Olaf can't die in lore. Olaf's one goal is to die an honorable death, right? So he keeps fighting shit that he shouldn't be able to win against, and because of some weird Freljord shit, he always wins. He doesn't die. Kindred is death. Can he defeat death, or will death finally claim the Viking?
That is perfect. That's honestly the perfect lore matchup.
I know, right? And they don't actually mention each other in lore, like they're very separate, but that is canon for both of them.
Yeah, and Kindred is a known counterpick into Olaf, so it makes sense a lot. It makes a lot of sense. But Death counters Olaf most of the time. It's a little bit more interesting than the Trundle Kindred matchup, in my opinion. Trundle just loses to Kindred all the time, so it's not actually interesting to watch. Olaf has a few tools to catch out the Kindred and maybe even kill her early on, so it's more interesting. But Kindred old counters Olaf engage as well, so if he runs in with Ragnarok, you just wait out the Ragnarok in your respite. So it's not an easy matchup to play for the Olaf, of course.
Absolutely not. It's actually really difficult for the Kindred as well. You make one mistake, and the Olaf is on top of you, and he will kill you.
It's very punishing.
Assuming perfect play on both sides, if robots play both champions, Kindred should win most of the time. But these aren't robots; these are humans. Humans make mistakes.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, big thing to talk about. Did you just see that? See what happened when Celebrity pressed E? Little comet flew out.
Right. All right. Celebrity once again going for the Comet Varus build. Has seen some scrim play apparently, because we've seen Comet Varus in the first series as well. So there we go. Another lethality Varus. Celebrity is the cast ADC. So I was quite surprised he didn't want to go for a casting ADC, and he apparently did.
I like this. I think it's smart, because one of the big problems with the lethality Varus is you damage your team in that you don't have the consistent I'm going to auto attack forever ADC. But yeah, you do. You have Kindred.
Yeah, indeed.
This makes total sense to me.
Quicker power spike, more range as well, and you have a lot of burst poke on the side of Team Secret, can go in with Artifact, land like Q ultimate W, chunk someone down to 200 HP, and then try to execute him with Celebrity's snipe, or the other way around, where you poke with Celebrity and follow up with LeBlanc. So it's a very potent combo in the mid game, a lot of damage and hard to dodge.
This is going to be a very tricky game for Slater because there's going to be a lot of damage coming at him from very far away. The Varus, I mean, does it count as coming from very far away if LeBlanc throws herself at you from far away? I think it counts.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean? Things that his team can't necessarily prevent. You can't peel a Varus arrow. You can't peel a LeBlanc distorting over a wall.
Nope.
So it's just going to be on Slater. He's going to have to deal with the fact that in the back half of this game, he's only got half a health bar because he's never going to be full health.
And of course, there is CBL's ult, but that's a very long channel.
You can't use that for those kinds of things. Yeah. Too short.
It's very hard to use it.
I actually think it's a really good counter because if Aphelios has a full health bar, he probably can survive the channel. But if he's got half a health bar, not going to land in time.
He's just dead. Yep, I agree. It's a very interesting burst comp build for Team Secret to play around Taric ult.
Yeah.
And
this is awesome.
I agree. It does look like they should have the advantage when it comes to
it's hard,
like just damage checks.
So hard to execute.
Yeah. Olaf gets the first mark denied from Kindred. So Kindred actually went for bot side, and that was the coin flip did not work out for her. She didn't get the bot side scuttle, so had to give up the first mark. That's always unfortunate.
It's just unfortunate. There's nothing like DNK can't really do anything about that. It's just a coin flip. That's one of the big honestly one of the big problems is you can't control your marks.
She can be very frustrating to play. Slater!
Kindred, the instant flash there by Slater. The resource has been burned regardless. So he went bot, didn't invest much time, but got the ADC flash, traded it for his support flash. And he'll take that.
Yeah. Flash trade. Honestly, with how much time he invested, it might not be worth it. They're still healed, they're still exhaust, so it's still, But
I've got finish your point. I've got a very short point afterwards, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's still kind of hard to kill Slater, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's very difficult. But I think there's potential for some 5-head mind games. Really crack out the Sudoku here. What you should do, put your mark on Slater. Mark Slater, and then don't go bot. He has to respect it. He doesn't have flash.
Makes sense.
But speaking of respect,
you could also
Venus needs to have respected his positioning. He's trying desperately to get in front of CBL to throw the hook, but no. And now Slater has first blood, and you can kind of throw out what I was saying because he's got a kill. But on the top side, we go back. Yoshino is going to go down to the bellows breath of the god that is Hani. And God's playing a god.
Yeah, I just want to say that as well. Very nice lore working out here for Hani this time.
Great lore
of course.
Matchup.
Yeah, Flash can actually just go bot lane and exploit Venus's Flash. So they did that perfectly. Kill over to Slater, which is horrible for Team Secret. If you look at how they wanted to play the game, they wanted to get an early kill on Slater, put him behind. Instead, he now got first blood. He's very far ahead. Gets the first dragon as well. Goes back into lane with boots and a BF sword. Compared to Celebrity, who has probably not enough gold. Yeah, he has. Yeah, of course, he goes straight to Dirk because he wants to go. So in this case. He's probably fine in lane, but it's still a big power spike. Nice catch from Hani. Nicely done. And Yoshino loses a lot of health.
Yeah. Bit aggressive there from Yoshino as well. Dash back in. There it was. The flash bellows breath burned Yoshino to a crisp. It's a 600 gold game so far. Flash is in the lead. They also picked up the Drake. And, we're going to a big rift. We're guaranteed. We're getting Infernal or Ocean. One of the big two. Now
honestly though, Flash would have liked the Cloud Soul. Yeah. Cloud Soul looks fancy for them, but sadly that's not the case here. So Ocean Soul, of course, we've seen yesterday in LEC when G2 played against Mad Lions in the last game. There was an Ocean Soul for Olaf, and he went in 1v4, and for some reason he survived because Ocean Soul is very balanced. So that might happen again here.
I'm not even sarcastic when I say it is. Big objective. It's a game-winning objective. Deal with it. Don't give it up. This is why I've been saying since the start of the season, you should be able to see what the dominant rift will be in Champs League. That would solve all the balance issues.
That's not going to happen
no,
ever.
of course not. No, wait, no, of course not. But I think it should. Anyway, everyday's balance suggestions aside, no one really cares about that, because if I balance the game, it wouldn't be a good game. Set Silas Tarek every game. Yes.
I mean, we are not far off, honestly.
Not far from that.
No.
Ooh, bit of an engage here in the bot. They're very aggressive here, Flash. Zoning Celebrity way back.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see Slater this far forward, but of course CBL was covering him perfectly there. Very interesting positioning where Tarek always is one step ahead of Aphelios and enables Aphelios to go very aggressively.
Ooh, Hani,
okay,
he walks into the Viking. There's the Ragnarok, but we go back to the bot lane. A little bit more relevant is Slater is dead. CBL, is he going to go down as well? Yes, with the flash forward. Hani is dead, but it's a 2-for-1 across the map. Ooh, DNK, Triumph. It's a good rune.
So in the end, it works out for Team Secret. They get 2 kills on the bot lane. They will get platings as well. And Celebrity got 1 of the kills, so it's even once again in the bot lane there.
I think, honestly, the fact that both of Team Secret's ADCs just got a kill is a really big deal. Hani going down a little bit in this lane. He's 30 CS down, which is a lot, but it's still an Ornn, right? He's got his Bramble Vest. He'll be okay.
He will not die in the 1v1, which is a big problem for Flash, because they always have to invest resources to kill him, and they will get the kill. It's quite easy to chase Ornn down. He doesn't have the most amount of mobility, of course, but you need to invest so many resources to get him, so is it worth to go top? Is it worth to get kills on Hani when your bot lane dies in trade for that? So
no, definitely not.
Doesn't look
2-for-1.
Doesn't look good for you. Nope.
This is tricky. Tricky game to call. It's 200 gold, so Team Secret have brought the early lead back. They're a kill up, so that makes a lot of sense.
But Rift Vault secured for Yijin, so you can once again extend the gold lead if he goes for one of the lanes, maybe bot lane, maybe top lane. I don't think mid lane is the right call to make here. Carti's in a little bit of trouble looking at the trades against Artifact. Just has to back off one.
Absolutely. Sorry, I just had to fix our little camera layout. It decided to screw me. Had to be able to see my co-caster. And DNK. It's okay, we're fine now. DNK has crept up. Yoshino just hops away.
Yeah. And we slow down a little bit now. All the flashes are down. Look at all the flashes here. Only bot lane has flash available for Team Secret. Honestly, there are some flashes available for Flash, though, so they could go for some nice plays, and they are setting up the bot lane dive. Yijin was spotted by these.
Yeah, but there is the drag. Venus gets away. Herald is dropped. But that's only the Herald. Yeah, that's the only minion there. But they're just going to charge forward. Here's the Cosmic Radiance and the Ragnarok. Celebrity has no way of getting away. Is there a Lamb's Respite? There is. That's a big one. Celebrity positions well, but gets taken down. Moonlight Vigil. But here comes Cardi on the Nico. That's going to be the second kill. It was traded back. Slater gets over the wall and manages to take out the Chameleon. No, it wasn't the Chameleon. It was Slater. What the hell am I talking about? As now CBL is in a lot of trouble. There's a LeBlanc. There's the hook. There's another kill. Carti is alone. Can Venus get away? One more auto attack should do it, and it does. But now it's Artifact and Carti in the 1v1, but Artifact should have the cooldown advantage. That was clever by Carti. He tried to predict it, but he was just a moment too early. And in the end, Team Secret comes out ahead in kills, but Flash comes out ahead in gold.
Yeah, Artifact gets all the kills, though. So even though it's gold, like in equal gold trade almost for both teams, all the gold funneled into Artifact, who is one of the champs that needs the most funneling to function in the team composition. From ahead, LeBlanc is very scary and even scales better. And now she's 4-0. Yeah, this is hard to deal with for Slater.
Yeah, it really, really is. But he is 3-2. So
he's very strong as well. Yeah,
Well, look at this replay.
Let's take another look. Yijin gets exhausted. Exhaust doesn't really do a lot against his ult, but the Lamb's Respite just in the nick of time to save Celebrity. Celebrity steps out a very good snipe for Slater, honestly, to secure this one. And we see the double ult hit for Carti, and Slater almost is successful there. It gets stunned in the end.
Artifact was 0.1 of a second away from not being able to do any of that. That was some nut stuff. I want to point out, when we get our scoreboard back, Aphelios is going the new star build.
Yeah.
I'll be happy about that. Oh, look at the damage.
The Asian build.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it the Asian build because all the Asian leagues build these items, while the West seems to start, at least EU. I'm not sure about NA. NA plays today. But EU ADCs still like to go for the old build, which is, of course, Essence Reaver first. So a little bit of a divide in the world, but this is more of the attack speed focused build where you go auto attacks and not rely on your ultimate too much.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes a lot of sense, I think. It is definitely a harder one-item spike. It's a little bit slower, obviously. Infinity Edge is a very expensive item, but it's a big spike when it gets there. Speaking of
especially
spikes,
the 2-item power spike is very strong, I'd say. I think one item is probably equally strong because Essence Reaver also gives you more casts on your ultimate and your Q, so you're actually very strong on one item with Essence Reaver as well. But 2 items is better for team fighting, way better, especially if you go Essence Reaver into attack speed compared to IE into attack speed. It's not comparable at all.
Yeah, absolutely not.
The tension
I don't know. I mean, look at the gold. It is bang even.
It is.
These are 2 of our best teams. Team Secret wants to reinforce that they're the 3rd best team. They want to show those upstart EVOS guys that no, we just had a downturn.
And I mean, so far they're successful doing so, right? This is looking way better for Team Secret. And Team Secret is 2-0 against Flash. If they win this game, they will be 4-0 on the season against Flash. Yeah. That's a very good prospect for the semifinals coming up.
Absolutely. It should be a very fun semifinal, of course. That's not to write EVOS off. They're just not here. We're not talking about them much because, they're not in game. So
there's one big advantage for Flash, though, which, of course, is the dragon count. We're in 2 dragons of Flash. We are in Infernal Rift. Luckily, this time I didn't have to answer which Rift we're going to, so...
the game's too good for that silliness. We're tightening our cast up. Let's go. Screw it in.
So 2.5 minutes for the 3rd dragon, and Team Secret needs to get good positioning and good vision around dragon to be able to contest this soul point dragon for Flash.
Well, it would put them on soul point.
Put them on soul point, yeah.
Sometimes people get a little bit confused. Phrase it like that. But I'd love to get... Ooh, there we go. We actually do have it. Only 2 marks on DNK. Has not got that big... Oh, okay.
Oh.
Artifact channeling a little bit of his inner D1. Just getting a solo kill out of nowhere.
Yeah, 5-0-2. And honestly, Kati can't really do much about this. No. If there's a 4-0, 1 item completed, 10 stacks, ring LB on your lane, you will die sooner or later. It's very hard to not die.
Yep.
And
particularly because Artifact has been relentless with pressure.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's an Aphelios ult, just used really just for zoning. So they'll get the tower. That is first tower of the game, falling at 15 minutes. Teleport to stop
and
Artifact.
They're keeping the gold even. Even though they're 3 kills down, it's still very even gold here for Flash. Playing the bot lane a little bit better, more turret pressure. Yeah, top lane, of course, is just in 1-1, which Yoshino is winning. But all the pressure on the bot lane yielded a lot of gold from them. They mined a lot of gold from the platings and also now the first turret.
Yeah, and we do see our first little sort of difference of opinion, perhaps. Or perhaps it's just a different context of the game, as Yoshino has gone Bork. Artifact played the Irelia last game and went Triforce.
I think it has to do much with the lane opponent, of course. He's now playing against a full tank, so Bork makes a lot of sense here. He seems to still be going for Trinity, which is a little bit of an interesting adaptation, because most Irelias I've seen build Bork, not those Irelias will not go Trinity most of the time in pro play, at least, because it makes you very squishy in the mid game. It's super strong in 1v1, of course, but it's very easy to gank, and it's super squishy.
Yeah, absolutely. And up in the top lane, Hani has called the Forge God, but fantastic double stun there out of Yoshino, and he gets out. Burns his flash, but it was the call of the Forge God spent for Team Secret, and pressure in the mid lane. They know that the LeBlanc's not there. There's the hook onto the Olaf, but of course he just presses R. This is a lot of ults being used, and DNK has pulled enough aggro. He just needs to not die. He can stay alive for a very long time. He still has his ult, and he presses it at the perfect time.
Mid lane. Yoshino, what happened?
Yeah.
Yoshino teleported in and died.
Yoshino's just dead. What the hell did happen is Artifact gets exhausted. Can't blow up Slater, but Team Secret is charging forward. But look at the side. It's Yijin and Yijin. Of course, one of them is Kati. But they're just going to recall, give up the Infernal Drake, and we would... Ooh.
Oh, will they?
Well, they might. They're going to try and kill a Straggler, I think. Ooh, Artifact might have found... Nope, never mind.
Oh, he didn't see him there. Oh, that was a little bit of vision trickery.
Game of inches.
And Yijin are still on the chase. DNK has no ult.
The Yijin bros are coming in. DNK does have no ult. He flashes. Oh no, the flash forward from Yijin. Oh no, he failed the dance of arrows over the wall. That wall is just a little bit too thick. You need to be a few pixels forward. And he goes down.
Yep. So one consolation prize kill over to Flash for this.
But that's not a consolation prize. That's 2 kills. Artifact going in. The big boy blowing up Aphelios.
Yeah, this is really DR1-esque in how much he's dominating the mid lane and the whole map afterwards. There was just two free kills over to Team Secret. And they will get a big advantage in terms of gold. Big, I say big, it's only 1.5k, but the game is looking like it's moving into Team Secret's direction. And they are looking at a 2-0 over Flash once again.
Dangerous words to say this early, my friend. Dangerous words. You may well be incanting an ancient and powerful caster curse. Because this game is by no means over. Team Secret is favoured, but it's Team Flash. They're a damn good roster. Never really write them off.
There's a big problem, though. How can they ever have Slater stay alive in fights? Against the 6-0-5 Artifact, who's now on 2 items already almost completed. Should also upgrade to Mid-Ice here.
No.
He has to flash. Another engaged option is gone, so... Oh, man.
Maybe they can change their playstyle. Have Slater go in the front line, so when DNK drops ult, he gets it. Then he gets a hit for a couple of seconds. Ooh, Yijin nearly gets taken down.
Close
one.
But
it is a top lane tower. This little passage of play has been Flash favoured, but I don't know how long that'll last. As Rift Herald,
I think Slater has to invest into some MR now. I think he has to go Hex Drinker third, which is something you really don't want to do on this new build.
Does not have a choice. It's a 6-0 LeBlanc.
Yeah, he needs some defensive options. He could also try to go into Death Stance if you have the extra. Maybe if he gets a few kills on the next team fight or something, you could just try to rush Death Stance with a lot of defensive options there. Also a little bit of lifesteal, so you forgo another lifesteal item later and get Death Stance now. It's not bad as a third item choice.
It's not, but it's not ideal, and I don't even know if it's enough against this LeBlanc.
Yeah,
Artifact is doing so much damage. DNK gets slowed down, but hops away. There's the Ragnarok being used, but can he get the third hit? There is the engage from Venus. Cosmic Radiance has been used. They're going to go invulnerable. Venus is just so tanky. He doesn't take damage. Artifact, that Celebrity looking for a snipe. Where is Artifact? He's on the other side with Hani. Linking up with Yoshino. Yoshino goes down again, being a little bit outclassed out of lane as DNK is just fighting Yijin. The Lamb's Respite comes in. He just needs to hop away right as it ends, and perfect play. The arrow goes into Yijin. It looks like Death is winning.
Yeah, absolutely. And Team Secret off to 3k goals now finally.
He's going to get knocked up and kaboom! Where'd he go?
Double W. Hurts.
And Baron. Team Secret.
Well, yeah, this game very quickly looks like it's over. Flash has nothing to do against Artifact anymore. Artifact has so much damage. Whenever he's able to isolate one target, he will just murder that one target. And right now, it's a 5k gold lead for Team Secret after the Baron is secured. 8-0-3 for the mid lane.
I have a question for you, Yulwei. Is the slump over?
Yes. I think we can confidently say the slump is over.
What a time to finish it, right? Yeah, you lost some regular season matches. You still made playoffs. And you're coming in this hot to playoffs? Team Secret, they're a real threat.
I'm super scared of war. Look at the optimization for Artifact now. He has so much gold. There we go. That was a lot of extra AP.
And
No
look what he's
Magi, I'm
already
sad,
doing.
though. Oof.
Goodbye.
Oof.
See ya.
Yeah, Slater has absolutely no chance. He still has no MR, so he will still pop in an instant against Artifact.
Yep, absolutely. And there is Artifact charging forward. The W from Kindred is down as well. Ooh, this is a lot of damage on the exchange. Yoshino flashing over the wall, but there is the big arrow from Celebrity. CBL is the sacrificial lamb. Oh.
Another dragon over to Secret. This is, Flash is trying to find an angle to fight them, but it's very, very, very hard for them. They need to rely on Slater's damage, and Slater's actually foregoing MR to go full damage. He knows that his team needs him to deal damage. I still think, I still agree.
You can't deal damage if you're dead.
Yeah, that's a very good call.
Oh, look at the damage. Cardi has to press his ult just to make Artifact go away. Slater has been found again. He's on almost nothing. That was just Hardy damage.
Yeah, and 1 Q from Artifact, almost bringing him down to like 300 health there. This is looking very grim, and I'm still not a believer in the new Irelia, I have to say. Every single Irelia we've seen, other than Hasmid for one game, I think has been very low impact.
Yeah. I mean, he won lane really hard. The problem is that he can't translate that into winning game.
Yeah.
That said, I don't think this is because of that.
No.
I actually think it's a pretty negligible thing. It's worth pointing out.
I believe Aurelia can be a good front runner. So if she wins lane and then goes into side lane, if your team is winning, I think she offers a whole new way to play the game.
Yeah.
I just struggle to see what she does when the team is behind.
Yeah.
Because every time we see Aurelia from behind, she just does nothing and dies all the time.
Yeah, she can definitely be a bit of a win more champion.
Yeah, for sure.
Have met once again. They have to be so scared of Artifact. Oh no, nice. Stole away the blue buff there. That's actually pretty big. Slows down the relentless assault of Artifact. At least there'll be a little bit of a gap between the waves. But there can be a big gap between the waves, but when you getting hit by tsunamis, I don't think you can rebuild in time.
So, and we discussed Kindred builds, right? A few days ago, we talked about Kindred builds. This one is full crit, and I think it makes a lot of sense because of Celebrity's build, right? You don't have a crit ADC, you have the poke ADC, so instead you have the crit ADC in the jungle. She's working on an Infinity Edge and is actually close to completing that one.
Yeah, so he's going to be a massive secondary source of he's going to be the biggest source of consistent damage, but the consistent damage isn't mattering as much when fights end in about 0.1 seconds from Artifact. But
I want
good to kill the front line.
Go ahead.
He needs to be able to kill the front line because that's what Artifact can't kill.
Yeah, I want to go back to one point you made.
Never mind, we'll have to come back to it though. Yoshino is diving in. The Cosmic Radiance is being used. Here comes the Forge God, but Hani gets stunned and can't redirect it. Cool. Artifact comes in with instant exhaust to save Slater. So it's 1-0 at the moment, but this is definitely not over. DNK is here. Venus is doing a lot. Can they get onto Slater? DNK. This is a bit dangerous for DNK. Needs to drop the Lamb's Respite and does. Now Artifact, it's all on you. DNK is absolutely screwed. He has to find Slater. He goes one way. Can he juke back to another? I think he's just going to back off. This is a fight that Flash is winning. Artifact is not going anywhere. Cardi just barely survives the Varus damage.
It seems like we have one fight every game from behind where Flash is popping off and showing us the teamfight prowess. Is it enough to come back?
Not yet.
They need at least two, 3 more fights. Yeah.
Slater's getting scary.
Slater is looking super strong in terms of damage. He is still paper. He's still very easy to kill. So he needs to avoid Artifact at all costs. If he ever gets in contact with Artifact, he'll just instantly die.
That helps. The shield from PD definitely helps.
Yep.
If he goes into
but now he can't go for...
Hexdrink is also lifeline, yeah.
Yeah. He now has to go into QSS, probably, or just straight up a Bloodthirster to go more shields. No MR. I think he needs MR, though. There's double penetration. Oh, only one penetration item. It's a hard call to make. Both are good items.
Yeah.
Also, still go for Death Stance. Actually, would like to see
make definitive statements on items being better than one another in the League of Legends community is perhaps a bit of a fool's errand.
We might see Trinity Black Cleaver on Yoshino once again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting.
That's a bold path that is sprung up now for some reason.
I feel like it's not
believing it.
intentional. I feel like he wanted to go.
Think so?
I feel like he wanted to go Triforce and then realized he had to
No.
spike now.
No, he just bought the Stinger.
Oh, okay, never mind. And there is Hani going down. He was completely caught. All of Flash came up. Flash is staving him off.
Looking for the flank.
Yeah, but he can't get over here. He's spotted. I think they'll be okay. He's checked by CBL as well. So,
yeah.
Flash stays alive.
And they actually deterred all the push for Team Secret, so it's now more of an even playing field as well. Look at the gold; it's only 4k roughly, so it's not actually that big of a gold lead. Oh. You can win team fights from 4k gold down, especially if you're able to like take Artifact out of the fight, because he is almost all of that 4k gold lead probably. If you look at the gold totals, he has to be like 3 or 4k up on his enemy laner. So if
Flash
you can,
has spotted Artifact bot and they've started Baron.
There we go.
He has
they have one of the best Baron champs in the game, which is Tarek. So a very healthy Baron can go for the.
Artifact. Slater was at the front, and oh my god! Goodbye, Aphelios. 200 years of death for him. DK pops that Lamb's Respite to buy himself some time. And look at the other side of the fight. It is Team Secret going hog wild here on Flash, and that is going to be the ace. They stop the Baron. They're going to walk up the middle. Triple kill for Celebrity, and it is a 2-0 victory for Team Secret. The slump is over. The Lord is back. Here we go. Absolutely. Playoffs is gonna rock.
And what an absolute great performance from Team Secret once again in this game. After the composition they approach, you pointed out at the start of the game, go for burst into Tarek. Very smart, worked out nicely. Artifact finishing the game with 9-0 and something. Absolutely insane performance from the mid laner. He's back. He is back.
Oh my word. Team Secret. Team Secret. We were promised.
4-0 against Flash.
We were promised in our interview with Mr. John Yao that they had something cooking. That we were going to be impressed. Well, he's not a liar.
Boy, oh boy, are we impressed.
He's not a liar. Because I'm blown away by how well they played there.
That was very impressive. Very, very impressive. So now Flash is looking at the second place and is sweating. They were like, please, EVOS, please. They are now the biggest EVOS fans. They want EVOS to eliminate Team Secret because Flash's record against Secret is 0-4.
Horrible.
They have not won a game against Secret on stage this year.
So, MVP? Artifact, right?
Yeah, it's Artifact.
Gotta be. To be fair, his team got him ahead, but can't be anyone else. Gotta be Artifact, the big man in the mid lane.
And I have to say, I'm kind of glad that Team Secret won this series, because it was very unfortunate for Cerberus how they lost playoffs. They got knocked out just because of game score, but now they are also knocked out because of serious score, and that's good to see, because being knocked out only because of game score, it feels very bad for Cerberus. Now they can lean back and say, okay.
I'm sure they'll feel so much better. No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I do. Yeah. I agree. I feel good for Team Secret. Look, I've said it again and again and again. I'm not really a fan of any one team, but I just want fun series. We were looking at playoffs and kind of going, okay, well, the first game could be interesting. We don't really know who'll win, but then Flash will win the semi and then Garm will win the final. Now, I don't know who's going to play Garm in the final. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
I really don't.
And Garm has been looking a little bit more shaky, so maybe even the final is in contention.
That's the big thing.
So we'll see the other two playoff participants play tomorrow, of course, with EVOS against Cerberus. And after that, we have GUM in the last match of the week, and they play against DBL. Yeah, right. DBL. So we see the last 4 teams we didn't get to see today play the last match ever. The matches don't really matter too much. EVOS wants to secure 3rd place. They need a win against Cerberus. If they lose, they will fall to 4th place, which is not too bad either. So I think they'll try, though. Yeah, and GUM against CBL. Last hurrah for DBL's lineup. Perhaps. Or can GUM just stomp again?
We'll find out. But thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. We had a cracking 5 games. So much fun. Both series, honestly. But that second series in particular. Dear God, Team Secret definitely had a secret, and it was that they could play like that. Oh boy. Thanks again for joining us. There are a bunch of buttons below the stream. Just go click on them. Just do whatever you want. You know. Some will join the community, some will support us. Just go nuts. Why not? We'll see you guys tomorrow to close out the long final week of the VCS Spring Split. Thanks, guys. We love having you.
Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for tomorrow.